We are back live with another episode of the Kinny Landrum Show. Tony Rose along with the one and only Kinny Landrum from klandrum.com. How you doing, my friend?
Tony, I'm doing pretty good. I'm thawed out. It's 30 degrees today.
Yeah, the temperature's slowly, I guess, up and down. But as we head into March and into hopefully much warmer weather here, they say it comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb. Very important time to start thinking about some things about your car this time of year, especially coming out of the winter. Time to show your car some love. Today's topic is how important is car maintenance? That's a broad spectrum right there. Where to start at?
Yes, it is, Tony. And how about this? I'm going to throw you a little curveball.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you as a consumer how important car maintenance is to you.
You got to keep your car running good, right? I mean, I'm a little OCD about things. I like to make sure my oil gets changed about every 3,000 miles. Is that standard still for getting oil changes?
You know, that's standard for conventional oil.
Yeah.
However, in Toyotas now that use synthetic oil, most of them, you're looking at about every 10,000 miles or so.
Are you kidding me? So you can drive a Toyota for about 10,000 miles on an oil change?
Absolutely. The synthetic oil has definitely improved mileage.
Changed the game. There you go. Once again, another good perk of being a Toyota owner. But it is something I pay close attention to. And I guess the spectrum of car maintenance, from not only oil changes, but tire rotation, filter changes, it's something I pay attention to, but is it an area that people often neglect on their cars?
You know, sometimes it is, Tony. I get a lot of people that come in and talk to me and say, man, I've got this great vehicle. It purrs like a kitten.
Yeah.
I haven't had the oil changed in forever.
Not a good thing to say, right?
Probably not a real good thing to say, especially when they're coming in looking for that one-owner vehicle that has a great Carfax history,
right,
and it smells clean on the inside, and they're looking for a vehicle that's been maintained correctly. How about this, Tony?
Okay.
I've got a one-owner vehicle over here that the owner traded in, and they said they hadn't changed the oil in a long time, but they wouldn't have a problem getting in that car and driving all the way to California. Let me go get the keys, Tony. Bring that out. Show it to you. Tony, you get a great price on that vehicle.
But I'm going to hear the oil hadn't been changed in a while, and I'm starting to think all the things that could be a problem from that, engine problems and everything else later on. But I want to see that maintenance. I want to see where they've taken care of it ever so many miles. I want to see that they put new tires on it. That's a big thing for me if I'm looking to buy a used car.
Absolutely. And Tony, when you come in to trade in your vehicle that hasn't been wrecked or is a one-owner vehicle, all those things help the value of your vehicle. However, when you are able to bring in the service history records, I've had the oil change, the battery change, belts, hoses. Man, the tires on my vehicle are new, and I changed the brakes last week. When you can bring in that stuff and show the dealer, that increases the value of your vehicle.
So hey, let me ask you this, and this is just kind of coming to me on the fly. It's not even in our notes for today. But if I'm looking at a new vehicle and I'm going to trade my car, should I get the tires rotated and the oil change before I take it in to get a trade?
Well, those are nice things to do, and as long as you're on a schedule, you know, you want to make sure that you share that with the dealer. Let's talk about preventative maintenance. You know, don't you take your children to the dentist every 6 months or so?
You got to.
You know, that improves health.
Yeah.
It prevents illness sometimes and disease, things of that nature. So preventative maintenance on your vehicle is equally important.
Little things like that, and always keep those receipts as well to show that you've been in there. Put them in your glove box. Keep them in there in a little folder so that when you go to trade that car in, you can say, look, this is, boom, on schedule every time. It's not just my word about it. Here's actual documentation of it. Doesn't take up any extra room there. Let's go straight to the email inbox from klandrum.com. Emails, of course, on the show. We'll always get a great gift card from Kinny Landrum at klandrum.com. Today's email coming from Julie here in Bowling Green. New or used car for my teenager. They always want the nicest thing out there, but what really is the smartest choice for the teen who's starting to drive?
Well, you know, Tony, a 16-year-old or 17-year-old, it's possible that, you know, they may get into some accidents and things of that nature. Great thing is you got insurance to take care of that. New or pre-owned, you're probably going to make a pretty wise decision in that area.
Yeah, so and those are great options too. Like I said, go to klandrum.com. Kenny will get you some great tips at klandrum.com. You can also call Kenny anytime at 270-779-2819. Julie, of course, is going to get a great gift card for submitting her question this week. You can as well. Just submit your question. Kenny will be happy to answer it for you if we use it here on the show. Good stuff to know. Preventative maintenance, very important.
Absolutely. Take a look at the blog. I'm going to put that up today or tomorrow.
All right.
Car maintenance.
Car
Is it
maintenance.
important?
You've got to have it up there. Also, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Get 10 great tips that you need to know before you go into the car market. Right?
That's correct.
Kinny Landrum Show, everybody. Join us back here next week for an all-new episode.